Welcome to Baking with Amie. I'm Chef Amie and we're in my home kitchen making biscotti today, coconut biscotti. It's my twist on a traditional nut-based biscotti, just because I love coconut and I think you'll love it too.
C'est davvero mio idee, senti la voce mia, questo è il mio tempo e solo Dio sa quanto.
For the biscotti, we have AP flour, sugar, 1 egg, coconut, milk, salt, baking powder, vanilla, and almond extract, and butter. We're using sweetened coconut. The recipe that I'm using today originally required almonds. And guess what? When I first made the recipe, I didn't have any almonds. So I was scrambling to see what do I have on hand in my apartment that I could use instead. And I decided I was going to use coconut. And it turned out so great that I made it for somebody who loves coconut and they went crazy for them. So that's what we're going to do today. Instead of the almonds, we're using coconut. And it was a 1-for-1 sub for the amount. And what we're going to do first is we're going to toast the coconut. Toasting your nuts, coconut, actually brings out the flavors. It draws out the oils and it intensifies the flavor a little bit. However, one note of caution, Amie, this is for you. Keep an eye on it because you can't turn your back on nuts and coconut. I did set coconut on fire in my toaster oven, and I've burned nuts more times than I care to remember, and it's very easy to forget. So we're going to put this in the oven, and we're going to set a timer because I can get easily distracted and burn everything. So we're going to toast that. So what we want to do is we want to combine the flour in our KitchenAid, our sugar, our salt, and our baking powder. And whenever you have dry ingredients, you always want to mix it around first so that everything is evenly dispersed. So I'm just going to give this a quick paddle just so we fluff everything around. Whoops, first lift the bowl. Also, this is a recipe you can do by hand. I always like to use my camping example and say if you don't have KitchenAid, you can do it by hand. I think the only thing you can't use a KitchenAid for is whipping cream. Well, that would take a long time. It's doable, or a meringue. Then we're going to take our butter, and your butter should be cold. And we're going to break it up a little bit. And you want to make sort of a mealy consistency with the butter. And again, you could rub it in by hand if you'd like to. I like automation. So we're going to let this go until the butter is broken down a little bit. And it looks like a little bit of sand. And while that's mixing, I'm going to take my egg, my milk, and my extracts. I'm using almond extract, which I always use when I'm making coconut anything, and also some vanilla. Oh, the almond extract. Wow. It smells so good. kind of beat this together. And if you look in the bowl, it's now like this sandy texture. This isn't even baking yet, and it already smells amazing. Ugh, it's miraculous, really. So I'm going to turn this on, and I'm going to put my wet ingredients in here. The coconut is going to need to cool for a few minutes before putting it in.
Notti d'estate, giorni infiniti.
Today I'm very excited to unbox this wonderful piece of equipment. My friend Laura Briscoe of Laura's Gourmet invented this kitchen tool. I am so excited. So we're going to open it and check it out. Laura and I were in sleepaway camp together. I think we were like 10 years old. And after we graduated high school, we kept in touch a little bit, went to college, stayed in touch a little bit. And then, life happens. And we just reconnected, I want to say maybe about 10 or 12 years ago. And interestingly enough, we had a similar career path in high tech. We've worked at some of the same companies unknowingly. And she went to school to become a chef and had a catering company. So Laura's company is Laura's Gourmet. We carry her granola. It is the best granola on the market. I kid you not. And I'm not saying that because she's my friend. She's a very talented chef. She had a cooking school and a catering company, and she ended up closing that to focus on a granola. And she also has savory toppings for salads called Over the Top. All of her products are the best quality that you can buy and the best tasting. And she's also invented CounterCool. This is something that you probably didn't even know you were missing in your kitchen, but it's brilliant. And it's the one thing you kind of, now that it's invented, go, oh, why didn't I invent that, right? It's amazing. It's light, it's portable, and it sits on your counter. And it has a patented hinge technology. My friend is so smart. And it just opens like that and opens like that. In what? 30 seconds or less, you have extra racks for your sheet trays. This is so brilliant. I cannot get over it. I'm so excited about this product. I'm going to use it today for our Biscotti demo. And this is the thing. It's like, if you don't have this, you don't know you're missing it, but it's so brilliant. When I bake and I have sheet trays here at home, I have to put the sheet tray down in several spots. If you have a small kitchen or small space, or you're catering and you're traveling, look how brilliant this is. Small footprint right on your countertop, 5 sheet trays. It's crazy and easy to set up, as you can see, and break down. Okay, this is the patented hinge. It's absolutely brilliant, good quality. It's gorgeous. Congratulations, my friend. CounterCool is amazing. And I knew it would be even before I opened the box. So CounterCool is great for professionals and home cooks. Anybody that works in a kitchen could benefit from having one of these fantastic kitchen tools. Hosting parties, if you're tailgating, if you're doing holiday cookies, look at what you can do all right here. If you're doing prep, you can prep everything, you mise en place everything and put it here, right out of the way. It's incredible. It's absolutely incredible. I'm so impressed. And then it has this beautiful handle on it too, so you can just carry it. It's so well designed and thought out. But Laura is one of the smartest people I know, not only in business, but she's a creative genius, and this is amazing. I'm very excited to use this today. and to share the good news that we will be offering CounterCool, and we are going to be sending out a promotional email so that you can order one if you'd like. But seriously, I think everybody needs one of these in their kitchen. It's just brilliant. Check out the link below if you'd like to order CounterCool. And now for the first time, I'm putting a finished product into my CounterCool. That is amazing. The coconut is done. As you can see, it's beautiful and golden. Looks much more beautiful. If I didn't toast this and it was all white, it would kind of blend into the dough. And here you see some colored flecks. It's just, plus, like I said, it brings out the oils and the flavor. It's gorgeous. I'm taking it off the tray because the tray is hot and I want to cool this down faster. So I'm putting it on the counter because I want to add it to the dough sooner versus later. And by sitting on that, this will cool a lot faster. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? You see all the oils. So now we're going to take our cooled coconut and we're going to add it into the mixer. That's my parchment funnel. And then I'm going to turn it on and just mix that together. Now you can't tell me that doesn't look good already. And you can also see with the toasted pieces, add some color into it. And then we're going to take our liquid and we're going to pour it in until it comes together. So why is it called biscotti? Because it's twice baked. That's why. And some people like it a little bit softer and don't twice bake it. That's a preference. So when trying to figure out what videos and what recipes to use, we were thinking about a recent trip up to Gardner Bakehouse. My friend Rochelle makes the best almond biscotti. And I was like, wow, I haven't made that in a while. And it's easy and really felt inspired to make this biscotti again. We're going to take the dough. Okay. And what we're going to do is divide this in two and make 2 logs. What I could do, if I want 2 equal logs, is I can throw it on my scale and get the weight of the dough and divide it equally. All right, so I'm going to put this on here. 680 divided by 2. 340. Okay, so now I want to cut this into 340. This was always fun in pastry school, trying to cut it exactly and get it. Let's see, is this 340? 330. Just off by a little bit, 340. Okay, so now I have my dough into 2 equal pieces, and we want to roll it into a log. I want them to be separated a little bit. that almond extract. I'm telling you, it's incredible. All right, we've got our 2 logs here. And now we're going to go into the oven. So these bake at 350. If you're not using convection, it's 350. If you're using convection, 325. And I am using convection. So I'm going to put that in. Sleep tight. So we can see that they're golden, they've risen, and they've even spread a little bit. When it was raw, it kind of looked like a skinny little log, and it might be a little deceiving, and you might think, wow, this is going to make a really weird small biscotti, but no, this is what happens. It spreads a little bit, rises, and then we're going to slice it once this cools down a little bit, and then we're going to bake them a second time. We've left our biscotti cooling for about 10 minutes. And now I'm looking at this like a baguette. And why am I saying that? Because whenever I cut a baguette, it's prettier on the diagonal. And then all of a sudden my slices get weird. But I'm going to try it on the diagonal because I think it's prettier instead of going this way. Okay, so we're going to just cut off the end. And then we're going to cut, and Amy's going to change her knife because that is no good. I think you want the serrated. Yes, we are going to twice bake these. It's still very soft. I don't remember it being this raw inside. This one feels a little more done for some reason. It's been so long since I made it. I just don't remember it being this raw. Maybe I could have baked it a little bit more, but 15 minutes in the oven. Oops. Forgot to turn on the light in the oven. Oh, look at these beautiful biscotti. Wow. There we go. I'm excited to have that with a cup of coffee. So while the biscotti are cooling, I'm going to make a cup of our famous AMIE blend coffee, which is a medium roast coffee. And I'm going to put it in our AMIE mug. And I'm going to set it up on this gorgeous tray. Little story about another friend of mine who's very talented, Alice Goldsmith. She was one of my first friends when I moved back to Manhattan. And she is a very talented ceramicist and built a business. She was a nurse and then figured out how to create this empire of gorgeous ceramics with this incredibly unique glaze. So I always think of Alice when I use this tray. So I will pour the AMIE blend into our cup, and I'll leave a little bit of room for my other favorite kitchen device, which is my milk steamer. So I like to pretend I'm at the bakery when I'm at home. Pour this hot foam. And then finish it with a little bit of cinnamon. Break it just so you can see this. The coconut keeps it a little moist inside, so it's not really that hard. They'll cool, they'll get a little more crispy, or you could bake it for longer, but I like mine soft. And if you're a dipper, which is traditional, to put it in your coffee and then take a bite. Delicious. It's almost like a coconut macaroon in biscotti format. If you like coconut, this is for you. And you can add other things in there too. If you want other inclusions like any dried fruit or nuts, be amazing. But that's not for today. I said I would be off the sugar.
Here we are.
Here we are. Now I'm eating one of these. Now that we've finished our recipe for today, we're going to break down our CounterCool, and I'm going to show you how simple it is to put away. Look at that. Super simple, slim, easy to store, and carry with you. Amazing. Great job, Laura. So impressed and so proud of you. I hope you'll try this recipe at home, and if you do, tag us. If you have any questions about today's recipe, please leave them below. If you have any suggestions on future recipes, also leave your comments below, and we'll see if we can make it happen. Thanks for joining me. Happy baking. We'll see you next time.
You'd like me to see, leave them down below.
Okay, if you have any questions, please send them along and I will not respond to anybody. No,
you could say
please.
leave them down below.
Oh, leave them below. Okay. Is that out of the shot? Or is
No,
it?
but it's completely inoffensive.
Well, it's offensive to me. Hold on. I do not want.
I'll do my best to crop to your liking, Your Highness.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you. There's probably some other chefs that are going to be like, this lady doesn't know what she's I don't care. What about the bakery? What am I saying?
I'm the owner, chef and owner.
Oh, all right. What? Bye.
That was perfect. Great job.
Stupid. Happy baking.
It wouldn't be Amy if it didn't have just a little bit of cynicism.
Yeah.
What? That was it?
Okay.
That wasn't so bad, was it?
No. But you must remove these from my house.
Magic.